Good morning. It is January the 23rd, 2017. Time to kick off another trading week, and we'll start the week with our usual disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have over or understated or compensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as a lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. So this is an auction week for treasuries, and that tends to hold us in a range with an upward bias. It's tough to move the paper in a down market. I mean, you have no incentive to buy it. So we have the 2, 5, and 7 year this week, and generally speaking, the 2 and the 3 year get pretty good response in the marketplace. The play over the last 3 weeks has been to move money into gold, move money into treasuries because they've been knocked down so far, and it's a pure yield play. You can get yields now that you haven't been able to get in a long time, and so any fund manager, anybody that works with a pension fund, they're just, hey, I can get some yield. That's the way that they're taking it. So I imagine that will probably continue. So I'm expecting a sideways market with an upward bias in treasuries this week. Not too excited about the short side, but having said that, during auctions, they got to move the price up and down. To move the paper. You can't just put it out there without a piece of news and run it directionally. I like the market right now. I think we may have a chance to move it up a little bit. So 15 to 19 is the first sell. Might take an 11 to get in, and then 23 to 27 sell 2. On the buy side, 1 to 5 will lean against support. And then 25 to 29. No news over the weekend past the inauguration. No news out of Asia. No news out of China to speak of. Chinese hedge fund manager was given 5.5 years in jail, and he's probably thankful for that. Sometimes they stand him up against the wall and shoot them over there. Can live large for a while, but don't cross those in power. Don't become a scapegoat. Rather harsh treatment of their financial mavens time to time. Looking at the 30 year, 151, 151.04, number 1, 7 to 11, sell 1, 19 to 23, sell 2. Down below, 20 to 24, number 1, 13 to 17, buy 1. And 1 to 5 by 2. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It was rainy here. I got some good reading done. Enjoyed that. Remind me of growing up in East Tennessee where it rains quite often. And easy to build a fire, and which we did. Easy to go see a movie. It has to be rainy before you get me to go into a movie. Just if I can be out of doors, I'll be out of doors. Okay, looking at gold, they did get stops above here. That's their job. You've got to remember that. That's how exchange members make their living. And that 18 to 20 area looks attractive for a sell. Sell 1. 24, 26, sell 2. Right down here, we're at 14, so 10 to 12 by 1, and 5 to 7 by 2. Crude oil came off this weekend, and there's an OPEC article out saying, well, we haven't figured out how we're going to police this or make sure people are adhering to their quotas. So ran into sellers at 53.30, and then 53.20, and then 52.90 to 53. Have a single print at 75, so 75 to 53, sell 1. 53 and a quarter, 53.50, sell 2. On the buy side, 52, 52 and a quarter, buy 1. 51.50, 51.75, buy 2. We've had split information, huge builds in products, and part of the draw in crude oil is explained by that. I mean, they have to make products from something, so they draw down crude oil, but it makes you question the demand. How strong is the economy? And some of that products will go to South America and Central America. Some actually goes to China, if you can believe that. Seems like quite a ways to ship it, but it is a fungible commodity, and it will move to where the buyers are. Okay, looking at the euro, which I missed. Euro is up, not up to 7.75, which is surprising to me. Generally see it sold in London. They take it up, then they whack it, and they bring it down. So 765, 775, sell 1. 790, 108, sell 2. Draghi spoke this morning at 6:30 Eastern, and he's probably responsible for some of the selling. Getting a test of the breakout right down here. 725, buy 1. 107, buy 2. Last but not least, the E-mini. It's my hope that we get a two-sided market where I'm guessing that the Fed's not going to backstop the market like they did for Obama. I don't know if that's the case or not, but that would be my guess. And if we can get a two-sided market, then we can get kick up in the volatility, and it'll make the E-mini give us the volatility we needed to trade it day in and day out. As it stands right now, we're lucky to have a couple of days a week where we've got the requisite volatility that makes day trading possible. And that's what we've been missing. Last week, the large players supported the market into the inauguration. They were on the long side. We'll be looking for that this morning to see if they'll do that once again. If the large player is on the long side and staying there, it's going to make it easier to get long. Right now, we're still looking in that trading range, looking for a move out of 65. And This is 66.50. There's the high volume number where we're anticipating the mom. And we definitely have ourselves a B right here. So can we bust support at 55.57? And it's going to be our first buy zone, followed by 50 to 52. Right now I'm going to play it for a trading range. This market is going to be subject to news spikes based on the announcements coming out of the Trump administration. And any cutback in rules and regulations, any talk about lower taxes can take us up. Any executive orders put out that way, any executive orders put out that restrict trade or erect barriers for trade can take us down. And none of the economic world is formed on trade barriers. I think the hope is that Trump will be able to jawbone and talk people down and renegotiate deals, but not erect trade barriers. And the Fox company out of China said they might build a $7 billion plant, and that would be their second announcement. The first time they came out, I think it was to the tune of about $3 billion. And they're the ones that assemble the parts for the Apple phones. And right now people have said that before Trump took office that the economy has gotten commitments for 1.2 million jobs that weren't there before. And again, there's probably a little exaggeration in that number, but he's been able to affect some pretty good changes before he got in the office, and positive changes too. So positive changes and positive announcements can take us higher. So my point is news spikes. You can't trade without stops, and there'll be a couple of trades we'll be in that'll probably be on the wrong side of the market if we get hit by news. Typically that news isn't out there early in the session. Typically it starts at about 11 Eastern. So we'll see if that holds true today. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and published. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible in a bit.